From there, we have Jaylon Smith, former linebacker of the Cowboys, is now a member of the Packers. He's went ahead and signed with the Packers this morning. I was hoping the Giants were going to pick him up, especially with our starting linebacker, Blake Martinez, going down for the year with an ACL injury. But he's now on the Packers. I don't really think it makes that big of a difference on the Packers. Definitely helps their linebacker core a little bit, but ultimately Jaylon Smith really hasn't been productive in the past 2 years. He signed that contract extension, but was it 2 years ago now? I forget how long
it was. It was back in the 2019 offseason.
2 years ago. Hasn't really been productive since then. It's been on and off the IR. And ultimately, when you look at the Cowboys linebacker core, you already have Lander Esch, drafted Micah Parsons. It just doesn't make sense to keep him with his contract. So I totally get them releasing him. I'm sure that it's been rumored for a while now. They were trying to find trade offers and nothing really matched. So it made sense to release him. And I think the Packers are a fine spot for him. I don't really see an issue there. He's a kind of a plug and play type of guy. Your average run-of-the-mill middle linebacker doesn't really need a special lineup to go. He's decent in coverage. He's good at playing the run. Not quite as good as he was going back to it. It's only 1 year going back a couple years. It's only a 1 year contract. They're not locked in forever. It's even a miracle when you think about the spot that he was in coming out of college, that he's even in the 6th year in the NFL. I mean, if you guys remember all the way back to that Notre Dame game where he had a huge inversion of a knee flexion and he had nerve damage. There's a threat of him never being able to walk again. And the fact that he's been so successful in the NFL was really a blessing. So I'm sure there's really no complaints on Jaylon Smith's side of things in terms that he'd be able to continue to play football, just not for the Cowboys. Max?
I mean, I definitely think it was one of those situations where the Cowboys would have liked to keep him, but not at the price that he was at, because he was definitely being overpaid. And yeah, it's really all I have to say about that. I think the Packers got a pretty good player. I don't think it's going to take him to make a difference between them being a Super Bowl contender or not, but I think he helps their linebacking core, because that was definitely one of their biggest weaknesses last year. I mean, their defense was honestly underrated last year, but they didn't have great middle linebackers. So I think this helps a little. So we'll see what it does, but I think it can't hurt them.